Hi everybody. Today I like to share with you all the prizes I have got in my school and also especially the art prize. I got first place for the International Environment Day. So these are all the prize givings, English Day, Tamil Day, Science Day, everything, all what I have achieved at school, and this is the one during that International Environment Day, the prize I received, first prize for the art. And this certificate of having this first prize for International Environmental Day is a very special for me, because 1991 was the first time in the world they have organized art competition, and because of the war, and I think internet also, it was not available at that time, so nothing is available to be seen in a international way. But I'm really grateful that it's something very important for me to share to the world. But the thing is, I couldn't share this pride for a long time because I was just 11 years old when I got this first prize. And soon after that, I reached my puberty and I started to menstruate monthly. And when I was preparing for this art competition, my breast started to develop. I was going into that puberty period, and when I went to do the art class to learn and study draw, it was in our village a very famous art teacher whom I learned from him. And unfortunately, he used to touch my nipples, and it was so disgusting, though so scary, but I couldn't tell anybody because I was so afraid to tell anyone. And already before that, at the age of 8, I was sexually molested. So this is not my first incident, and I have not even shared about that to anybody in the family. So when this happened, I used to keep my hand like that, and that continued even in later in my adult life. I will always keep my hands above my breast because I felt like that is how I can protect myself. And it was just a way of my behavior, a pattern in me, just to do that because I felt safe of doing that, because I felt my breast were really safeguarded when I do like that. So during the time learning this art, drawing, I have to be like that, but still he, as an adult person, he was able to remove and touch, and I couldn't do anything. So that is my journey. And I struggled a lot. I struggled a lot in sexual relationships with my breast because I had this longing one side, I had other side a fear of um, sex and be touched. So there, it was a very long period of my struggle to balance and to come to a terms of owning my breast, being proud of it, and also being grateful for it, because I started to pleasure myself and be with myself, because I know that it's me who has to take care of myself. I cannot expect a man to take care of me. So I learned, and also I went for childhood sexual abuse uh, therapy session, so that helped me a lot. And through art therapy, through body movement, so many things, I was able to liberate my body, especially my sexual organs, especially my breast, because it is so painful. There was a time, as an adult, I was crying and praying, God, give me breast cancer, that I will lose these breasts, because I didn't know how to hold them, how to protect them, how to take care of them. So that was from the childhood to the adult life. This was my pain of crying out to God, like, help me, God, let me live healthy, let me live totally together with my breast and my body and on it, and be grateful for it. So this is my journey, and being a survivor of sexual abuse is not, it's a very hard, painful journey, and we are isolated, we don't talk about it, we don't have freedom to share, and also there is a fear that we can be um, people can reject us, and also we can be blamed for what has happened, because most of the times the victims are blamed for the type of clothes we wear, the reason for being with that person, and all these things. So still, and also we are told to be quiet, to, I remember people said to me, if you talk about your childhood sexual abuse, then no man is going to marry you. So there was a time I was really worried. I said, okay, what am I going to do? But then I said, I'm not going to wait for a man to come, or I'm not going to, I'm going to live my life the way I am. And if somebody wants to marry me, somebody wants to be with me the way I am, let them. But if not, I'm not going to worry about it, because my life is for me. I live for myself. So that is another reason I was able to move on in my life and share my story, because I know this is a very pride moment, but because of the abuse, I couldn't share that pride of this moment, because this pride comes with pain, and there was so much pain and shame. And it's not only to share my pride, but I find the pride in my shame also. I'm not victimized of what has happened to me. I feel proud to be a survivor. I feel proud to share about my journey of my abuse, and that makes me a unique creature and special creature. So I like to share, because I'm not only one. There are so many people who are like me, especially childhood sexual abuse happens one in every four of three women, and every one in every five boys. So majority of us, we have been sexually molested or abused as a child. So as we are together, I think we can journey together, knowing that we are not alone, we are together. So I just want to share my pain and pride at the same time as a 11-year-old girl, and I just want to say out loud, she is healed, she is healthy, she is a survivor, she is a resilient child who continues to move forward with hope, and it's she who gives me the power to live in this world with a big smile, because she survived through it. She managed to still, you know move on in life, and today it's so easy, because she has already lived the life which I am living right now. So I'm really proud of that girl who got this first prize, and also who survived through a childhood sexual abuse, and still shining as a light in this world. So just wanted to share her with you all. Thank you.